Hi, my name's Jason Phelps. I'm a licensed social worker trained in social work at McGill University, and I have a private practice as a psychotherapist. I absolutely think the stigma of men don't cry is still very strong. I think it's very present in our society, it's very present in our planet, and our society is made up of people from all over the globe. So I think the issue of crying is still significant, although younger generation in the urban setting are much more in touch with their emotion. I still think it's not appropriate for men in most settings to show emotions that would be considered vulnerable or weak. So crying, sadness, fear, running away, any kind of vulnerability or submission on the part of men is something that's not seen as appropriate in most settings. Men are supposed to be strong and dominant.
Are you crying?
No.
Are you crying? Are you crying? There's no crying. There's no crying in baseball.
Why don't you leave her alone, Jimmy?
Oh, you zip it, Doris.
And so when we let ourselves be affected by our emotions, particularly emotions that are considered weaker, feminine, gay, these are emotions that make men feel passive, and passivity is not a very good feeling for men. Men don't like that feeling. Now, this is a problem. I think it's a problem because emotions are how our body and our mind tell us what's going on inside of us. There are indicators of how we're experiencing reality around us, experiencing our environment and the people we're with. If our emotions are expressing something, signaling something, and we don't listen to it, we're missing a huge piece of information about how we're processing what's going on. Our emotions tell us how to respond if we listen to them correctly.
It's not your fault. I know, it's not your fault. All right? It's not your fault. It's not your fault. Don't fuck with me. It's not your fault. Don't fuck with me, all right? Don't fuck with me, Sean, not you. It's not your fault.
But if we repress them, if we repress our sadness, repress our fear, our vulnerability, then we don't allow ourselves to really connect or engage in meaningful relationship with other people. And trust means allowing oneself to become vulnerable in a context of a relationship. This is antithesis to masculinity. Men are not supposed to be vulnerable. And so becoming vulnerable in a relationship becomes a challenge, becomes something that is very threatening and fearful for many men.